Oh
Oh
shit.
shit.
Oh shit. I like that. That shit sounded nice. Ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary folks and those who don't, fuck with the gender spectrum. Welcome to the first, and hopefully not the last, definitely not the last, possibly the last, episode of this nameless podcast that I have not named yet, and that is okay, because I just wanted to get on here and talk my shit. So first and foremost, it's your boy. It is Kyle. If you don't know me as Kyle, you may know me as Booty Scientist. You may know me as Booty Scientist 2. You may also know me as Womb Shaker. I mean, it's a lot of different things you would know me as. But anyway, that's not the point. Point is, I'm just a young nigga out here. And I'm here with my lovely co-host. I feel like lovely is a weird word to use to describe another man, but I'm here with my co-host.
Voluptuous. That's better.
Oh, voluptuous. That's the one. That's the one I should have hit, right?
Yeah, that was the
But
obvious choice.
I'm here to describe. I'm here to introduce my co-host, which is none other than the moistest of hobos. I mean, you've never seen a hobo this wet, a vagrant this damp, and yet here he is, a moist hobo, aka Khaalid. You want to say anything? You want to drop your Twitter ad? You want
to Twitter? Flexico Burris. Like Plexico, shot myself in the foot, but IG, like you just said, a moist hobo. PSN, a moist hobo. It's a moist hobo pretty much everywhere. Twitch, a moist hobo. I'm just wet, just in a constant state of torrential downpour.
I'm just homeless and wet, dog. It's just nothing I could
Constantly.
do about it. All right. So my IG is a sustainability scientist. Hopefully y'all know how to spell sustainability. It's chopped for niggas. But Tumblr is a womb shaker, which leads me into I guess my first topic, which is how we met, right? So me and you met on Tumblr. And for anyone who's listening who doesn't know what Tumblr is, it's literally a playground for like mentally ill people.
Yeah, that was like
it's like a digital asylum in a sense, right? Like everyone on Tumblr is in the midst of some sort of episode. Me included. I won't disclose mine, but I think everyone on there is wild. So it was kind of one of those things where the wild niggas stick out. Like obviously there's a million wild niggas on there, right? But then like the really wild niggas stick out. And so you were one of those niggas, obviously. And it was a bunch of nonsense that I remember seeing you say, and I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with this?
I couldn't even name one thing that stood out. It's just so much.
No, one of the posts I remember is the post, and you probably remember this shit. It was the post where you were saying like, you were talking about like food that you ate as a kid that you shouldn't have been eating, right? And it wasn't even food, like things that you ate, and you were talking about being in the pool.
Oh yeah, I was drinking pool water.
Drinking the pool.
Yeah, with chlorine. Yeah, drinking pool water. Yeah.
And the funniest part about it, right, was like I was just like, damn, this nigga spitting facts. And then you go to the notes, right? And again, you see why Tumblr is the asylum, because in the notes, oh my god, these niggas were eating everything. Niggas, I seen somebody said they would lick some comment up.
That post is still going on today.
I know it is.
I seen somebody the other day. They said they used to suck batteries as a kid.
Oh my god, I sucked a battery once, but that's not the point. The point. Listen, like you get curious. I mean, you a kid, you just like, yo, this should be powering a remote. It gotta smack.
Oh, yeah,
right?
I definitely used to fucking chew rubber bands. I used to love chewing rubber bands.
Yeah, I did that.
I was fucking rubber bands.
I used to be the one. The one like you ever like suck on the collar of the shirt.
Oh yeah.
I used to be nigga. I was draining the dye on my shirt, boy. I was.
You know the dress shirts that got them pins in there. I used to suck on the pins, like the end, the non-pointy end. I definitely fucked my mouth up a couple times when I sucked a little bit too hard to prick myself.
No, I think the weirdest, like I wouldn't even say the funniest, but the worst scenario I had of like putting shit in my body that wasn't supposed to be in there was the time I almost like died choking on a pen cap. And I think I told you about this, but it was literally like I was in a class and I was just like, you know how like some pen caps got the holes in the top.
You just be sucking through the hole,
right? So if you blow through the hole, it don't make no sound. It's just whistling, right? But if you inhale, it whistles, right? So I'm inhaling, whistling, and it's just making the light little whistle sound. I'm like, yeah. And nobody really noticed. It's like a couple people noticing. And that's the whole point. When you trolling and being like a dumbass, like this is like what, 6th grade, I want to say? 7th grade, maybe? No, it was 6th or 5th, maybe. It couldn't have been 7th. But when you that young, like when you trolling, you need that attention. Like when you don't get attention, you start going crazy. Like you go hard, right? Like
You sucking mad
right.
hard on that pink cap.
So mind you, I'm sitting there like, yo, this is not the reaction I wanted. Nobody even looking. Niggas not even distracted. Like, what is this shit? So I'm sitting there thinking like, nah, this shit ain't right. And so my dumb ass is like, I'm about to put on a big performance. This is it. Like, this is the Super Bowl of the whistling sounds I'm about to do right now. So I do the ultra inhale. You know what I'm saying? Getting ready for the sound. And as soon as I inhale it, that shit go and go straight down my throat.
Yeah.
And the worst part was it like skipped everything. It skipped all the other shit and got straight to like the middle of my throat. Skipped everything. Didn't touch a uvula. That shit went down clean. And then it like kind of like rotated just enough, and then it got caught.
It like rotated horizontally, like
Right,
a
so, like
fish ball,
sideways.
something.
Yeah, like sideways. So literally, like it got caught, and once it got caught, I could feel it get like snagged, and I'm just like, and, like I'm sitting there doing all that, right? And then I'm thinking like, oh man, this definitely backfired,
I'm
right?
about to die.
Yeah, well, I wasn't thinking I was gonna die yet. I thought I had time. So I raised my hand, like, right, like being a good student, like, yo, hey, excuse me, I'm losing oxygen. Is there any way I could like dip out, maybe go see a nurse or something? So I'm raising my hand, right? Raise my hand.
You
I got
know,
my hand up.
courteous to me, I would have just started hacking in class. I would have just started like they would have thought it was The Exorcist. It would have been phlegm and shit all over my desk. Everybody would have been startled, especially if it was dead silence. I'm gonna cough loud as fuck on purpose.
Yeah, see, I don't think at any point I thought that shit could go back out. Like I was just under the assumption that it had to go through. Like like I was like, okay, no, it's too far down the throat. It's gotta go down. Like it can't go back up. I don't even know what coughing was do. Because what if I cough, it dislodges and then relodges in a new place with a new configuration? No. I can't.
Configuration.
Right? Yeah, it's just not gonna work out. So, anyways, I'm raising my hand, right? And I'm sitting there calmly for about 5 seconds, like, yeah, all right, definitely like choking here, but it's cool. She'll see me. And it kind of got to a point where I was like, oh, okay, so no one's gonna see me. That's dope. So I kind of just got up and walked out. And as I was walking out, I was like, you know, like in the movies, like when like somebody's like distraught and shit, and like they're like leaning on stuff, and they got the head down. Like nigga, I'm doing all that. I'm leaning on the lockers. I'm sitting there, and then eventually I take like one big inhale, and that shit just I guess fixes and just slide, just go straight down, right? And so I'm like, oh, bad, I'm good. And I told the teacher, and she was just like, what happened, blah, blah. And I was just like, man, with all due respect, I was fucking dying.
So wait. So like you said you inhaled. So you didn't swallow it.
I didn't swallow it at first. It got caught in my throat. And then I
No, but I'm
swallowed it.
saying, okay, you swallowed. I was thinking when you said it did not inhaled, I'm like, so you sucked it into your lung, and it's it's
No.
rattling around in there like a penny inside a bottle.
It's a big cap in my lungs still. I think it's plastic molded to that shit. But nah, it went, it went down, went into my stomach, and I was good. Now I'm sure, and maybe you haven't thought of it, but there is another half of digestion.
Yeah.
And so that actually was the easier part. I just got grateful. Not grateful, but I just got lucky with that one. It just came out the way it was supposed to, because any other direction, and that looks a little different. But when it came out, it was stripped. All the paint was stripped off of it, which I thought was interesting.
So it didn't even melt?
Nah, the stomach acid just wiped that shit. It was like clean. It was white, and it was just all white. Like it was like one of those blue caps or something.
Not as strong as I thought it was. I thought it would just like melt it.
Well, melt it.
And you would just shit out like a gloop of plastic.
No, I mean I thought the same thing, but it unfortunately, I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things.
So you definitely got poisoned. It stripped all the paint off. You just got.
Oh, yeah, I took the nutrients.
This is back in the day.
For sure.
So
I took the nutrients.
All that lead paint from the pen cap, it was
yeah, for sure. I got me a little microdose. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I should. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I wasn't a fan at all of it, but it had to happen. It taught me a valuable lesson about being a dumbass. And I think that's the beauty in life, when you learn, like when you do some dumb shit, some truly dumb shit, and you know it's dumb before you do it, and then you do it, and then something bad happens because it's clearly some dumb shit. Like It's
I still don't think I've learned that lesson because I just continue to do dumb shit.
well,
Like
I mean,
nothing bad enough for me to like really reevaluate my life has happened, but bad shit just continues to happen. Like I could think of this one point where I got hit by a car,
oh man,
and it wasn't like a random person. It was somebody I knew, and they were driving my own car. We were fucking around after work in the parking lot, and just niggas were just dodging cars.
niggas was
We were
just
just,
dodging cars.
we were just dodging cars, and
Niggas was playing fucking Frogger in real life.
and somebody was driving my car, and it didn't go well, and I got hit by my own car. But it was in the parking lot, so niggas was only going like
So how
10,
did
15 miles
in
per
that
hour.
scenario? Can you be mad at him? You can't. You can't,
Oh
right?
no, no, I wasn't mad.
Okay,
I
right.
was
Because
just
I
like,
feel like some
damn, you
niggas would
driving.
get mad. Some niggas like, bro, come
Nah.
on, yo. You supposed to like swerve out the way if you see I'm not finna move. Like,
Oh man, no, same car, this same 2008 Chrysler 300 with 360,000 miles on it, transmission going out, all the tires bald, brakes leaking brake fluid, leaking
so
the
you had a
oil line,
Flintstones car.
all all this shit wrong with the car, right? This is so I don't got the car no more. Obviously, that shit dead. But I remember one time it was like this is like 2016, 2017. At this point, we were just drinking outside because sometimes you just want to be outside in the breeze,
Yeah, for sure.
and we outside our apartment complex. It's literally like 3 o'clock in the morning, and we all drinking. I'm blasting Sade, blasted, just straight up blasted Smooth Criminal, and I'm just so fucked up at this point. I decided to get on top of the car and start dancing.
Oh man,
Now,
you
mind
some
you,
white girl shit for
I'm
sure.
I'm 6'3", 320 pounds. So me standing on top of a car,
You should not be dancing
that's
on things that
I should
collapse. Yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
So the whole roof didn't collapse, but I guess where I stepped right behind the sunroof, and there was just like the perfectly small dent. It just went under the sunroof. So there was just an open hole in the top of my car. And so whenever it would rain, the water would like perfectly funnel under the sunroof directly onto the center console, just because it was like a perfect divot right under the sunroof.
So I imagine you just was like, just I guess too foolish enough to patch that hole with anything.
This was around the time the car was on its last leg anyway.
Oh, so
So
you were just like, hey, look, this motherfucker got 3 months. I'm just gonna let it ride.
yeah, and you know what? There was no terrible rain through that period, so I didn't learn anything.
So I did learn. No, I'm sure it had to be one of them days you walked in there and it was a squirrel in that bitch or something. It was a bird in that motherfucker or something, just chilling.
I think one time I did find a fucking chipmunk in there.
I can do with chipmunk. Chipmunk's one of them animals where it's like I can deal with a chipmunk in
Yeah,
any
exactly.
capacity. Like I don't like if I seen a chipmunk in my house, I would probably freak out at first because it's a creature sprinting in my home. Like I don't care what it is. Like if I see a small blob of energy
Just
moving in
moving
my
fast.
crib, yeah, no,
Yeah,
no, no.
no.
Especially if I know I don't have one. Like I don't got a cat, I don't got a dog, so it's like nah, that's way too quick. Who is that? Who is that? And then you see it's a chipmunk. Oh, okay, all right, all right.
The
Now you
worst
definitely
part
got
about that chipmunk is it died. I guess it fell out of a tree, and normally it would have just hit the roof and just thud, and it would have just been dead on top of the roof. But
but because
since
of the hole.
the hole, it like slid into the hole
That shit
and
was
was
perfect.
laying directly on top of the center console when I opened the door the next day, and it wasn't moving. I was just like, damn,
That was a care package. That nigga got airdropped into your way.
he got sniped midair through the parachute and fell in.
But yo, speaking of snipe midair, I guess this is a time for us to transition to we can transition to gaming. Cause I'm thinking of sniping in midair. Did you see any of
I don't play video games at
oh
all.
right, yeah, no, I
Never.
understand.
I
But that
don't got a
PSN thing that you
PS5.
mentioned earlier was
I
like that's
don't
just
got
like
a
a
Twitch channel. I don't got a
no.
YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm. You
Oh
don't
yeah, I
got none
didn't
of that.
mention my YouTube earlier, but
Yeah, you didn't even mention the YouTube you don't got.
yeah, I don't got that.
You for
I
sure didn't
don't.
mention that.
Even my IG that I mentioned, ain't no game clips on there.
There's no games on that. Why
There's
would you
none.
think that? Why would you think that?
That's wild.
So
Nah.
So I think today actually is the last day of E3, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Very
today is the
lackluster performance.
Yeah. You know what's funny? It's kind of one of those things. I remember growing up, E3 used to be
E3
the
was the
shit.
biggest shit,
It
right?
was the shit. Like, what do they have
Yeah.
now? They have like the what is it? The Consumer Electronics Show, like the CES.
Hmm.
Like now, CES and some of the other smaller things. That's where all the niggas get their shit off now. But back in the
Yeah.
day, like E3 was the place. Like
I remember it was my life's goal as a kid to make it to
Mhm.
E3.
Yeah, just to go one time because I was like, dog, this is amazing. Look, you got 90 or 85 of the fucking biggest developers, biggest publishers in the world, and they're all showing something. And
Yeah.
now it's like you're
And they're
getting
showing
trailers.
demos.
Yeah, you're getting trailers for a game that's not even going to come out for 2 years.
Yeah,
Like, and
literally.
to me, I think that's always the one thing that I've disliked about, excuse me, disliked about, I guess, where gaming has gone. You know what I mean? Is that because the games are so big, they're so massive, they're so expansive. These games take like 3 or 4 fucking years minimum.
People
Like at
don't
this point,
got shit to show off at E3. They don't. They have trailers. They have
right?
cinematics. They have
Right.
CGI. They don't have actual gameplay anymore. It's like I can't even remember. Do they even have game demos at E3 anymore? Like when we were kids, can you go to a booth and play?
I think you
Like
can, but it just depends, right? It just depends who you
on the
like.
game,
Because yeah, right,
who
it
got
depends
it.
on even the publisher, the dev. Because think about it, back in the day, it was like again, the games didn't take so long to make. So it's like if it took me 2 years to make a game or 3 years to make a game, I
I'm
can show
showing it
you
at
a
this E3, and
yeah, I
then
can
next
show you a
E3.
demo halfway through.
Yeah,
Yeah, right, because it's out by next E3. Now I think the
exactly.
problem is it's like it's almost like you're never gonna get good shit every E3 because there just
Yeah,
isn't
if
like
I show you this gameplay now, like if I give you a
yeah,
demo in that
I'm not even showing up next year.
pre-alpha, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Like you're not getting shit.
yeah, you won't see this game again until 2022 for sure. And
Like
I
think
think
about Ratchet and Clank, the game we've been playing recently.
mhm.
One of my favorite games all year. This shit is hard, and they showed it like what 3 years ago,
Yeah, I was
like
about to say that was at least like
E3 2018, 2019.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, even I think the one I can like that really comes to mind is the Division. Like, do you
Oh
remember
yeah,
the difference between like when they first showed like the concept art of the Division and when that motherfucker dropped like 4 years later? I
oh
was
no,
like,
even
dog.
worse, Cyberpunk.
Well, yeah,
Cyberpunk's been in development for
yeah.
like
Oh
eight,
yeah, yeah,
nine
yeah,
years.
yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's almost one of those things where it's like a sweet spot, right? Like if the game takes 3, 4 years, like all right, maybe like an extra 6 months is fine. But like once the game starts to take too long, it's almost like all right, there's a reason this 3-year-old or this game that takes 3 years to make is taking 5.5. Like
Exactly.
and usually it's not good. But yeah, so I don't know. I think the only way you can probably deal with that whole E3 shit is to I mean, I think genuinely, like, I feel like it's weird because Nintendo does like the Nintendo Direct.
I was
Ubisoft
literally
has
just
their
about to
own.
say,
They have their
yeah,
own version of the like. But my thing is,
people keep,
even with those, they don't show much.
yeah, exactly.
There's just not much
What
there.
people shit on PlayStation and PlayStation Direct a lot, but every PlayStation Direct I've seen, you might not have liked the games that they showed, but they showed a lot of games.
Oh yeah,
Like
sure.
PlayStation is controlling since they left E3, they're controlling how much shit they put out and how much shit people see. So even if you don't like the games they're showing literally upwards of 15 to 20 games.
Right.
Like that one that we watched together like last year when the
Mhm.
pandemic started. That shit was like an hour and a half long and it was nothing but PlayStation.
Mhm. Yeah, and it was
Like
like what, like 15 games, like 12
yeah,
games or some shit. Yeah.
yeah,
Now,
exactly.
granted, I mean, of the 12, like I only care about 3, but
Yeah.
that's kind of always been the case, right? Like that's the part where I feel like people have kind of like tricked themselves, where it's like, no, nah, dog,
It's
listen,
nostalgia. Y'all think
and yeah,
E3
yeah, yeah.
always been
Even
happen.
in 2005, dog, like Square Enix wasn't giving you 4 games. Like
Yeah.
they were giving you one, and you were hyped. Like like, but the difference was you were getting one from Square Enix, you were getting one from Naughty Dog, you know what I mean? You were getting one from all the different developers you expect. Whereas now, in a good year, you might get 3. You know what I mean? You might get 3 or 4 good announcements for a game because again, all the major studios are working on different time schedules, so it's like
Yeah.
nobody
So
can guarantee they're going to show you
I feel
anything
like
good.
this year has been the perfect storm. Nothing has really been announced that I care about, but there's so much good shit that's coming out because it was announced at previous E3s. Like, we got fucking Back for Blood. That's gonna be a banger. Deathloop. That's gonna be a banger. What's the zombie game that was delayed for like 3 or 4 years? The Mirror's Edge type zombie game.
Oh shit. Dying Light.
Yeah, Dying Light 2.
Dying Light
That's gonna
2.
be a
See, I
banger.
didn't play Dying Light 1, but Dying Light 2 looks pretty good.
Dying Light 1 was fucking hard. That's why I was so excited for this second one. Uh, Battlefield, it was already announced, but this is the first time we actually saw it. But you would be insane to think they weren't working on this before this year, especially the way the game looked. So that's another game that was, you could say, announced previously that's coming out this year. There's like fucking 13 games coming out the end of this year from August to December. There's Far Cry 6. That's another huge one that's going to tear shit up. So this year, like you said, they announced so much shit previously, and now the chickens are just coming home to roost with how many games are coming out. Like, I'm not going to go have time to play all this shit because they all drop between August and December. It's like, it's kind of fucked up. They should have segmented this throughout the year so that you could have time to play everything. But now it's just going to be like a mad dash.
I feel like maybe, and I don't know if it's because of the shortages with the consoles, but I feel like a lot of people pushed shit back. Like, obviously there was probably shortages on the game development in general. But I feel like because of the console shortages specifically, like knowing like, all right, if only 25 million people have, or only 20 million people have PS5s right now, and the demand is double or triple that, then would it make that much sense for me to drop my PS5 game with the PS4 port when, you know what I mean? Like, it's just not that many people who can actually enjoy it at its full capacity. Because I think to myself, like, imagine if this same Ratchet and Clank game came out, you know, say 9 months ago, with the exact same game, right? Like, I don't think it gets received the same way because 9 months ago, who the hell has a PS5?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, even now, still, there's not that many people with PS5s, right? But like 9 months ago, like, bro, who cares? I don't even. Why would I
definitely wouldn't have gave a shit about this game.
It's the KG shit. Why the fuck would you show me something if I can't have it?
Exactly.
It's like you would have never had a chance at it. But to me, I'd be interested to see what goes on because, like you said, because so many games were previously announced, and because I think so much work was still being done, I think going forward we might have a little bit of an abundance for maybe like the next year or 2 years when it comes to some of these, because we have a lot of games that probably should have been shown last year. You know what I'm saying? Or should have been shown this year. But because of COVID, because of this, because of that, they got pushed. They got, you know, so I think we'll see a lot of games in the coming years.
Good 2 years of gaming, good 2-3 years, because we don't know what's getting announced. We don't know what's getting announced next year at E3, and we don't know what's getting pushed back to 2023 because shit's almost definitely going to get pushed back.
So with that being said, right? So I got a list of games, and I got remakes, remasters, and sequels. And so you may have read the list, but if you didn't, it's fine. You can add in, throw in your own shit. I know how to read. This is just my You don't know how to read? Damn.
No.
I did send you an email. That makes sense now. But so the list essentially is like, I'll just read a couple of them. An F-Zero remake. I'm not gonna lie, I really like F-Zero. I like the aesthetic.
That's like the Captain
Falcon racing game. Yeah.
Oh, I remember playing that on. I never played it on console. I only had it on Game Boy. I remember playing that shit on Game Boy and Game Boy Advance. I played like maybe 2 of them. I didn't really get too much into it, but I remember my little 10-year-old mind was blown speeding around them tracks. I sucked though. I could never finish.
Oh no, I was never good neither. Never good. Yeah, to me, I feel like, all right, if we're not gonna get an F-Zero game, because granted, I mean, we're talking Nintendo. I mean, good luck. But if we're not gonna get an F-Zero game, cool. Do you remember the Star Wars pod racing game from Nintendo 64?
Yes, that was one of my favorite games of all time.
We can do that as a remake, a remaster, or a sequel. I don't care which one of the three it is. Just make it happen.
Nintendo, I don't think we'll get that, honestly, because Nintendo made that one, and now the rights to Star Wars belong exclusively to EA, and I just don't see EA collaborating with.
Yeah. And I
would assume that Nintendo probably owns the rights for pod racing specifically,
Yeah.
but they don't have nothing to do with Star Wars, so I don't ever see that happening.
Yeah, and I think that even if EA could get around the whole pod racing thing, I just don't think they're going to spend their money on that. It's just not going to happen.
Which is kind
Um,
of dumb because they just came out with a ship based shooter. Like, did you see that one? The
yeah,
Star
the
Wars.
Squadrons, was that
Yeah,
Squadrons? I think it was.
that's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
they just
We
came out
played
with
the
that.
demo. I think we played the demo of that, and I had no fucking clue what I was doing. No, 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 that was not the demo.
No,
That
that
was
was
that was
we were
Battlefront 2.
playing.
That
Yeah,
was
we were playing
Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2, and they had like a Squadrons game mode.
Yeah,
Now
right,
it's a
right, right,
whole
right. Okay,
Squadrons
a whole
game
game
now.
for that. Oh, come on, is that the free
It
game of the
was
month? Is that what that is?
it
It
was a free
was the
game a
free
month
game.
like
Okay,
four
I
months
saw
ago.
that and ignored it. Yeah, I
No,
saw
I
that.
saw
I saw it and ignored
I look at the free games of the month, and even if it's a game that I don't think I'll play, I still download it on the off chance one day I'm like, I can play that. So
Yeah, I
like
be
I
thinking
downloaded
that.
it.
I be thinking that, but it's just certain games like I'm not like they had one. It was a PS5 game. It was
Oddworld, I already know.
nah, it
Yeah.
wasn't Oddworld. It wasn't Oddworld. I actually missed the Oddworld. I used to fuck with Oddworld a lot. I
I
wouldn't
saw
mind the
that. I was
Oddworld.
like, I'm definitely not gonna play this, but it's a PS5 game and it's free. I'm just gonna download it.
Yeah, I think it was a puzzle game. I don't remember. It started with an
Oh,
M.
I,
Started with
yeah,
an
I know
M.
you're
You
talking about. I
remember?
saw
Yeah,
that.
yeah. It started with
Yeah,
an M.
yeah.
Then they had the other one was like a graffiti game.
They
But
just
it
came
was
out.
like
One of the free games
strange as
this
hell.
month is like a spy puzzle
Yeah,
game.
the co-op.
That
Yeah,
you-
yeah, I saw that. I
Yeah,
saw that. It,
I
it
would
looks
play
all
it, but I
right.
don't like that it's a
Yeah.
puzzle game. I would like a spy game where it's two spies. You get basically Deathloop. I want Deathloop. Give me Deathloop now,
He said, like,
and then
drop the game.
yeah, just drop it. Hey,
Oh
wait,
yeah, yeah.
it's not a PS5 exclusive, right?
No, I
You,
think it's on the Xbox too, right? The Series X or something like
I
that.
think so, but PlayStation is offering a discount for it. Like instead of the full 60, if you have PlayStation Plus,
Hmm.
you pay 53.
What was I saw? What was the game? It was Redfall. I think was like just it that
Redfall.
over this weekend they announced that it was like some black woman who was like the protagonist. It kind of sort
Oh
of
man,
almost
no, yeah,
looked like
that's
Deathloop. That
the
shit looked hard.
that, it's an Xbox
It was
exclusive.
PC and Xbox. Yeah, yeah, it was PC and
Yeah,
Xbox only,
I
but they
saw
looked pretty
that. I'm
hard.
so mad. It's like think about Back for Blood, Left for Dead, co-op zombie shooter, but it's vampires instead of zombies, and the characters have more than just guns; they have superpowers.
Oh,
That
that's hard.
shit sounds like the perfect premise, but it's Xbox only.
Yeah, that sound hard. That sound hard, but
Yeah,
it's not PS5. So as far as I'm concerned,
it
I
don't
don't give a
exist.
shit. Yeah, no,
It's
it's
not
not
even
even a
real.
real game.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
no,
look up
it's
nothing
never
about it.
coming
I'm not
out.
gonna work
Yeah.
myself up. Yeah, no, it's in limbo.
So what else did I have on here? I had Burnout, another Burnout. That'd be nice. A remake, preferably. I don't want to remaster. There's no point of that, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Sly Cooper. I've been screaming this shit from the
I've
rooftops
been
for the
ever
longest.
since we started playing fucking Ratchet and Clank. Like we need Jack and Daxter,
Yeah,
and we need Sly Cooper. We need the
I don't know if we
trifecta, the Holy
need
Trinity.
Jack and Daxter, but
Oh, come on now, don't do that.
now we need Sly Cooper. That's
We
the difference. We got Ratchet
we
back. We
need
need
Jack and
Sly.
Daxter.
Jack and Daxter, we can do with. Like to me, I put Jack and Daxter in the same category as like Tack and the Power of Juju. Like, 'cause, like
No,
I, don't-
Jack
I
is
don't
up there, but
respect. I don't
no,
respect Jack
no,
and
no.
Daxter.
So like, if we look at the big three anime, One Piece, Bleach, and Dragon Ball. Well, it's not big three, but you know the big ones:
I get what you said.
Naruto,
And which one is
One
Jack and
Piece,
Daxter?
Bleach. All
It's
right,
got to be the
so
whack
if
one. It's Bleach. It's Bleach,
Bleach,
right?
yeah, it's Bleach,
Yeah. Okay.
it's
It's
Bleach,
Bleach.
it's Bleach.
Yeah. All right.
But
Cool.
we need it though. We need it. That's the thing. We need it.
Yeah. Some would say.
It's
Yeah.
it's there.
Mm-hmm. All right. All
It's,
right. I
I would
well,
actually
I
put.
won't agree, but that's all right.
I would actually say I like Sly Cooper more than Ratchet and Clank. Like, obviously, I like this game, but growing up, I played more Sly Cooper than I played Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, mine's the exact opposite. Like I barely played the Sly Cooper games, but I just like the aesthetic. I just like this little.
Oh
I
no,
like.
I
I like.
did.
I like the sneaky coon.
Nigga, I did. I before you could 100% games and get platinum trophies. I did literally everything there was ever to do in the Sly Cooper game. I found every hidden secret. I did all that shit.
You know what's funny? Like Sly Cooper, there were like, what was there two? There was two, definitely. But there
Yeah,
was there a third, I think, or no, it was just two.
there was, but I think by the time the third came out, we already outgrew that. I
Okay.
don't remember playing the third one.
What else was I have on here? Knights of the Old Republic. I mean, I've been screaming that shit for
Yeah,
years. That's never happening. Knights of the Old Republic won, in my opinion.
I
Like,
remember being a
10
kid, bro. I remember being a kid, and do you remember that? What was this E3 like 2006, 2007? It was the trailer for a Knights of the Old Republic game where the ship comes crashing through the Jedi Temple, and then it opens into pure darkness, and then like 700 red lightsabers light up, and then they run out and start. It's like an all-out war versus all the Jedi. You understand that?
Yeah, I remember that. Uh-huh.
Did that game ever come out? What game was that?
That was so. I think that was one of the Knights of the Republic.
That
If
was
not,
2 or
that
3?
was probably the Old Republic. No, 20. You said
The
2006.
Old
No, it couldn't have been
Republic.
Old Republic because
When
Old
did the
Republic
Old
wasn't
Republic
out.
come
No,
out?
it was maybe like I don't know exact years, but it wasn't 06.
What console generation was it on?
Old Republic was like on PS4. I want to say.
Oh no, it definitely wasn't that.
Yeah, maybe yeah. Like at
'Cause
worst, it's
yeah,
PS3, but it wasn't.
nigga, I
Yeah.
had an Xbox 360 when I saw this trailer.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
this
that
was
was probably Knights of the Old Republic 2, more than likely. Or
okay.
it just was like a scene from Knights of the Old Republic 2 that couldn't actually happen in the game because they're good for that.
Yeah, there wasn't no
Yeah,
way
like
that
they're good
shit
for
was
showing you a
gonna
scene
happen.
where it's like, oh shit, me versus 25 Sith, and then like you play the game and that never happens. Like it's
I'll
never gonna
send you
happen.
the, I'll send you the exact trailer that I'm talking about because this shit, even today, the graphics still, it's a cinematic. It looks fucking amazing.
And I think like for me at least, Knights of the Old Republic 1 was probably like the first one of the first like RPGs like that I truly like
Going
gave
into
everything to. Yeah, like it
yeah,
like
I
because I
remember
played
playing one on
RPGs
the
before
original
that,
Xbox.
but there were I wasn't fully into them. Like I remember that
You
Fable.
was a dumbass little
Um,
kid. Yeah, I get it.
some of that was like the whole area where I was like, yo, these games are so deep. Oh my gosh, like it's so crazy. They like you can like become a different person in the game.
Yeah,
Like it's like you're realizing how video games work, and you're just like, wow.
I think the first RPGs I ever played in my life were probably Knights of the Old Republic on Xbox and Final Fantasy X and X2 on PS2.
Yeah,
I never played. I had to go back and play the old Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy X was no. Final Fantasy X is the first Final Fantasy I played on console, but I played them previously on Game Boy. But
yeah.
I don't fucking count those. There's no personality
Those
in
count.
that.
Those count. Those count. Those for sure count. I
Well,
think
then Final Fantasy IV is probably like the first shit I played. Then honestly,
literally the first I played Final Fantasy, like Final
the first
Fantasy,
one.
like Final Fantasy on
Did
Game
that
Boy.
shit come
Game
out
Boy.
before we was born?
I played that on Game Boy, like the big fat game.
The big fat one.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the plus size Game Boy. Like I played it on that shit. The one that didn't even have color. Was that color?
Yeah.
No,
No,
I
it
wouldn't.
wasn't. No, because I had it, and the game that I play, bro. I used to play fucking the original Super Mario Brothers on that shit.
Like
I
that.
had some type of Star Wars game with
I don't.
where you played as Luke on there.
Lord forbid what that shit. Well, God forbid we figure out what that
Like,
shit looks like. Like,
nah, I'm not even gonna look it up because there's no point. This isn't the original Game Boy, but you know that Star Wars game just made me think about. It made me think about the Mummy game that I played on.
there's a mummy. I must have memory hold that a mummy
Bro,
game.
yes, the Brendan Fraser
Oh,
Mummy
Brendan.
movie.
Oh my
There
god.
was a game for those.
Get the fuck.
I have a memory in my head of being in the fucking the hot air balloon when they're running from the sandstorm of the mummy's face. I
Nah,
have a specific,
this is the
and then
Mandela effect. That should never. That should never happen,
I have
buddy.
another memory of running through like a forest of pygmies. Bro, I'm about to
Pygmies.
look that shit up now. You you know from Mummy 2, they weren't in the first one, they were in the second one.
Oh
They went to
right.
like a forest and it was all the small mummies that were like, think about the scene in the Lost World Jurassic Park where the tiny dinosaurs were picking people off.
Okay. Yeah.
Think
That's
about that, but it's fucking
on a
tiny
Game
mummies.
Boy too. That shit probably looked terrible. A
It
mummy
definitely
game. First off, it's a
did.
mummy. It's a movie game. So that shit was ass. I don't even like. I
That shit was
guarantee
hitting.
you that shit was.
That shit was hitting.
Oh
Hold
man,
on,
what else do I
I'm
have?
about to look at this shit.
An Okami sequel. I would love that.
Oh
That'd be
yeah,
great.
that would definitely hell yeah.
A Jet Set Radio sequel or
Why
remake.
don't
That
why
would work
don't
too.
niggas think like we do, yo? Because this shit,
Because what
we
else is
got it.
Sega making besides the same fucking Sonic game? Honestly,
Yeah.
or besides Sonic again, just more Sonic, just fast again, fast again.
Again.
Like it's just not working. It's really just not working. And
Fans make better games than Sega at this point. Did you hear about this? Is super
we got
old,
better
but
ideas.
you saw the fucking Sonic Mania that was created by fans that recreated like the first three Sonic games and put them into one game, and
Yeah, that was
then
tough. That was tough.
they made exactly. So like
Yeah, that was
fans
tough.
have more common sense than the fucking game creators themselves.
I feel like they got more passion. I think that's what it is. Like
Yeah,
these game
exactly.
creators only look at it from like a certain angle, right? Like it might
Yeah,
like for some of them it's just money. For some of them it's not even about money. It's just like, am I gonna have to work too hard? Like if I gotta work too
yeah,
hard, I'm not gonna make this game. Like I'm just not gonna do it. So I don't know. To me, I feel like it definitely depends, but it depends who you go to as well. Because certain publishers and developers, they just don't give a shit. They're just like, listen, if the game's not gonna sell a million copies, I'm not even gonna bother with it.
yeah. That's literally what they be thinking. Yo, when is that game with the cat supposed to come out? That we watched at the
Yo,
last PlayStation
no
Direct. When is
bullshit.
that coming
That's
out?
the only game I'm buying from that entire show. I didn't buy Resident Evil. I'm probably not buying none of that. The bug snacks,
You
whatever that
gon' buy
foolish
Resident Evil
shit.
though. I'm
I
gonna
probably
make you
will
buy
when what is
Resident
it that
Evil. Verse comes
RE
out.
verse?
Hey,
Yeah.
Capcom didn't do shit this year, but they did announce their verse is coming out next month. They did say that.
Okay, so I guess I'll have to pony up my $70 by then. But
Um,
I just don't get
Stray. That's the name of the
Stray
game.
was the name of it. Okay,
A stray
yeah.
cat must untangle an ancient mystery to escape a cyber city. What the fuck? I am so intrigued. How the fuck is a cat going to? This is like a cyberpunk future city, and you're a cat walking around with a backpack on. Just take my
Man,
money
like,
right now.
I mean, ain't it? I mean, come on, haven't we all done that before? Like, let's be honest here. We've all
Yeah,
been here.
yeah, no, I'm there
We've
right
all
now.
been here. I mean, right? I mean, what else is there to say? So shit. What else do we need to get to? There is a lot of shit on this list, and no transitions based on what we're talking about. So let's see. We can probably just read some of these fucking silly ass headlines out. Radar tracking uncovers mystery of where honeybee drones have sex. That's one. And that reminds me, honestly, there's a lot of studies
Beef
throughout
fucking
history.
going on.
No, well, yeah, clearly, there's a ton of bee fucking, but it made me think about all of the like really fucking weird scientific studies that take place that are like government funded, right? Like, can you
Where
imagine like
like the scientists were removing memories from snails.
yeah,
Like
shit
first,
like
how
that?
did y'all know?
How did y'all
How
know
can
snails can
any
remember
snail
shit?
memory? Yeah,
How did
like
y'all know? How did y'all know
what
they
the hell
had a
got
chip for
going
that?
on? That
Like,
shit blew my mind. I'm like, first off, how did y'all find? How do y'all even know people got memories? Like I know we got memories
what
because we
the fuck
got them,
do
but
snails
how did
remember?
people?
What do they
Exactly.
even remember?
You remember crawling on that banana leaf 2 days ago?
Nigga said, yeah, banana leaf, that was hard. What else? Salt, not fucking with that.
I don't like
Not
salt.
fucking with that at all. But yeah, that banana leaf, I can't stop
I gotta
thinking about
find that banana leaf, and then that's
it.
every snail loves banana leaf, and so every snail's journey is just to get back to that banana leaf that they remember. That's all it is. That's all snails be doing.
Shit don't make no sense. What was the other one I was thinking of? They had one where they took spiders, and they fucking oh my god, what was it? They took spiders and they got them drunk on different drugs because they wanted to see what their webs would look like under the influence of different drugs.
Oh, all right. That's
Which
something. Actually, I would do that. That sounds
that's
kind of
really
cool.
interesting. But like,
Yeah, it's super
like
interesting.
my thing is like, think about it. All of these things are funded, right? So like, when you get funding from the government,
I'm
right,
just sending
you
it.
have to submit a proposal, right? So when you submit a proposal, I'm thinking to myself like, what's within this proposal? How do you
It's
word this? What do you
probably.
tell them? What do you tell your superiors? Like, all right, I
You
want to
really think
get.
them niggas be reading 100-page proposals?
I mean, these grants are money. When you're giving away money, somebody's reading this shit. Like they're not just what do you okay,
You're
sign
not
here.
giving money to poor people.
Right, but you're giving money like universities and shit. You're definitely signing off on this money. So it's like you're looking like
You know
hummingbirds.
what it is?
Like,
If
do hummingbirds fuck? And you're like, well, shit, I don't know. I'll give you the money to find out. Like,
specifically
how
the
does it really
spider
work?
one, when they're testing different drugs to see how their webs come out, I guarantee you, I know what article you're talking about too because I read it. It's recent. This doesn't have anything to do with MK Ultra, but I would be willing to believe
That's what
the
they say.
government has not totally given up on a super soldier made by MK Ultra. So of
Of course not.
course they're going to pay for a study involving drugs, and they're not using human test subjects. So I would believe they would cough up that 250,000 easy without second question.
So let's
Drug
talk about
spiders?
it.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
talk
let's
about. So
see.
drunk spiders is a parallel for drugging our soldiers.
Yeah,
Mm, okay.
think about it. Think
Okay.
about
No,
it.
I know. I'm in the
Spiders,
bag with you. I'm in the
yeah,
bag with you for
mhm,
sure. Uh
yeah.
huh. You know, I see it. I
Spiders
see it
can
now.
lift 8 times the amount of their body
You
weight
know who else could do that? A
as your soldier
mad
could do that.
strong nigga. A
Yeah,
mad strong soldier. A OD strong soldier could do that.
yeah. OD strong.
Nigga built like Broly.
Shit, give niggas 8 legs. See how effective they're on the battlefield.
You know, I always thought like, and this is mad weird, but like as a kid, I used to always think about like what fucking animal I would want to be. And I always
Velociraptor.
decided,
Sorry, no man.
is it without a question?
Yeah, I've known this since I was a child. Velociraptor.
He said it hasn't changed. Life has changed me, but my answer has not changed. Mine was always a falcon, just because falcons are fast as shit.
Yeah.
Incredibly fast.
Well, not an
It
eagle
was,
though. Falcons faster than eagles.
yeah. I think eagles can kill falcons, but like, fuck are you talking about?
I've
Like, what are you
seen
talking about? Like, what
so
are
many
you talking about?
eagles and eagles
What are
killing
we saying?
other birds,
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
mean,
just
I
like,
don't think it's
that
like,
nigga.
yeah, I don't. Again, I'm not like an
A
avian
birdologist,
biologist. Yeah, I don't know what you call them niggas, an aviologist or some shit.
an
But
avian flu studier.
but nah, I have no clue. I have no clue. I'm trying to think of other like nutty ass studies I've seen. Um, you know what I really do hate though? I like not like ridiculous studies, but I hate studies that prove the obvious. Right?
Oh yeah,
When we see this, and it's kind of funny because this is a great transition, I guess, into politics, right? But we see it all the time in politics, right? Where it's like, all right, we're gonna create this commission and we're gonna study why is it that and then like insert something that's pretty relatively simple to get, right?
why
Like
do
it's like,
black people get less money in loans or less money
yeah, right,
offered
right.
for their
It's
houses?
like why do black people living in the same houses as white people receive less money for it? Let's study it. And it's like, so y'all needed an $800,000 study to tell y'all that some of y'all niggas are racist? Like some of y'all are like genuinely like that's what you needed? Because we've seen like I remember, excuse me, doing it in college. We had this like an assignment where we basically did a resume and we applied for jobs with it. And in hindsight, I kind of think about it and I'm like, damn, we was really wasting some like HR niggas time because he's reading these fucking applications and like we weren't fucking like serious. We didn't want these jobs. But so I'm just thinking to myself like, damn, she really had us fucking waste some HR niggas time. But we basically had a different thing where we wrote out a resume, we took our actual resumes and we kind of beefed them up and all this shit. And then they were like, all right, so submit them like this and then submit it to these 10 people, right? Then go back, take that same resume, change your name to an obviously female name, and then submit it. Go back, change your name to an obviously Latino name, and submit it. Right? Go back, and we did that with like a whole bunch of different things. We did it with a white name, we did it with
See,
a
like
Latino
that
name.
to us is obvious, but people, mainly white people, have been sheltered their whole life, so they need, like, to them, they legitimately might not know. Like, how many people after it was over, at the end of the study, were like, "Wow, I just didn't
You know
think
what's
Plain
I was
Juicy was
just
just
about to
gonna find
say the
such
funniest thing is
adversity."
we had this white guy, right? And he was like at the
First,
time he was maybe like 28. And to me in hindsight, like it's so
wait,
ridiculous how like
28?
no, he was in college with us. He was like in the I think he was I want to say he was a Marine, but he was in the armed forces.
No, no, I don't give a fuck about people going to college late. That's not a thing. But he was 28 and just came to the
Yeah, no,
realization
that's yeah,
that,
yeah, that's exactly what I was
that
thinking too, right? Because I'm thinking like, bro, I'm 27. Like I've seen enough to where like I got that a while ago, right? And I'm just getting more of it now. To me, it's amazing that certain people are allowed to live in a world where, like, yo, you can be like 35 and not get it. You can be 45 and just like never have considered it. Not even like not get it, right? Because like you can be any age and not get it. Y'all niggas are like
Thought about it.
42 and have
Yeah.
never even considered. Oh wow, that's why? Like I just figured these niggas weren't
That
working
is
as hard.
because our society caters to fucking making white people comfortable. Think about it. They're trying to ban critical race theory. They don't even want kids to know what the fuck is going on.
That critical race theory thing is actually really fucking funny to me because like you get all these people who are screaming and up in arms about critical race theory being taught in schools, and then it's like, dog, it's like 8 schools they're teaching it in. 1, and then 2, it's like 1, it's literally the truth, but 2, I guess the biggest issue is just the fact where it's like we're spending time sitting up here trying to prove to people who literally don't care, like they're not interested
I
in
mean, no
whether
other states
critical
care.
race theory.
The
Yeah,
only
like they're not.
states that have a problem with it are the racist states.
Well, I mean, I don't even think it's a state thing. It's just people, right? There's a
People.
lot of people who are
I
just
mean,
not willing to
you know,
admit
there's
that
some
they got
racist
a leg up, right?
people.
And that's my whole problem. Like, listen, as a man, you have a leg up on women in certain scenarios. Even if you're a
Exactly.
black man over a white woman, you might have some sort of privilege, is what they call it, right?
Listen,
Like,
if you're a black man, your name is Maxwell, you might get a job over a white woman named Katie.
yeah,
Now, if you're
yeah.
Jamal, you're not gonna get that same
Or
opportunity. But
or or y'all both get that same job, right? She has less credentials than you, and then they pay her significantly less than they pay you.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's my whole thing. Like this shit goes a lot of different ways, and so it's always amazing to me to see these studies get done and to see these people. Like again, back to the guy in my class, he was like 27, 28. He was in the armed forces, and like at the end of it, I remember. And again, there was a moment before this where he had even said something too about some other shit, but he was basically just like, I just couldn't believe like when I changed my name to like a woman's name, like just got so few offers and this and that and like blah blah. Like he just like I guess he was amazed that there were people who would literally look at a bunch of applications to say, "Well, I'm not hiring a Negro." You know what I mean? Like that was astonishing to him, and to me it was amazing. It was amazing to see him see it. Like I had already seen it. Like so when I did it, I kind of smirked when a couple like you know what I mean. Like when you
yeah.
apply with your white name and you get the callbacks ASAP, and you just like. Okay, yeah, that's how the shit usually go. Yeah, okay, I see. And then like him, he's just like, what? He's covering his mouth like, oh my god, I can't believe
That's
this.
what? No, I'm just no.
He's like the nigga. What was it? He's like the nigga from Signs, where he is the nigga backing away from the screen like, oh shit, oh my god, no, like he's amazed, right? Because it's like, dog, this is like, but again, it just goes to show like a lot of this shit is relative.
It's literally two different Americas.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I
That
mean,
makes
and
me
I
think about this isn't an article, but this was like a viral tweet on Twitter, like back in like 2017, where it was like a woman. I forgot what profession she was in. I think it was like architect or something big. She made a
mhm.
lot of money, and she said she had a client, and the client always talked down to her, and the client was always treating her like shit,
It
trying to
was me.
talk
I
over
was the
her.
client.
I'm doing this nigga.
I'm sorry.
Arrest
Go
her.
ahead.
No, but no, the client was just treating her like shit. And then she asked her supervisor, her male supervisor, to step in, and the supervisor told the client the same exact shit that the woman was telling him. And he was like, "Oh, thank you so much. You're so helpful. I really appreciate everything you're doing.
Oh
This and
shit!
this
Why
and
didn't you
blah blah
just
blah."
say that?
Yeah, exactly. And then the woman came back, and he was back to being a dickhead. He was back to being a
Oh,
piece
I
of shit.
remember this. I remember that post. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that. I remember
yeah.
that.
It's like women just get shitted on in the business world.
Oh yeah, and that's probably the wildest part, right? Like, can you imagine like being a woman in the world, right, where you have like you're probably overqualified, like you're in an office full of
Yeah,
men. In order to even get into that office, either A, like they thought you were fuckable, or like B, you were overqualified. You know what I'm saying? Like you had every single qualification needed, and they were just like, "Well, I can't say no. She's got everything, right?"
yeah.
And
No, if
then
I
you
say
might,
no, this definitely gonna open up an
right?
investigation.
Yeah. And then like they'll still pay you like 90% of what these niggas make, or like 85% of what these niggas make.
You're overqualified. You got more qualifications than the nigga that hired you, and you're getting part of the salary you should be getting.
Right. And to me, like it's just nuts that like you'll get these people. And it was funny because I'm thinking about like my brother mentioned some shit recently. Where basically, with his job there was this shit going on where there was like pay raises that were supposed to be happening, and everyone was against it, right? But when you start getting into the reasoning why they were against it, it was pretty much just like, well, hold on, why should these new guys make the same as we do?
It's the same argument for niggas that don't want to get rid of fucking student debt.
Right, or even it's kind of like the minimum wage thing where it's like, well, what about my job? I make 22 an hour. If he's getting 15, then to me, when you raise the floor, you raise the ceiling. It's like a house, right? When you lift the foundation, the house goes up with it, nigga. The ceiling don't just stay where the fuck it was. No, the ceiling moves with the rest of the house. So like to me, the way I saw it was, if all the new hires are getting paid more money, then don't you have a better point to ask for more money? Like, you literally have one, right? Like, if I've been here for 12 years and I'm making the same thing as a guy who just got here, don't cause for right. Yeah. Like, shouldn't I make more? Like, don't get me wrong, that guy should make more too, just because he should make more. But like, if he makes more, then it gives me the chance to then barter for more. So to me,
I've been here 12 years. Definitely, you need to pay me more. Yeah,
right. That's why I didn't get, like, to me, I'm just like, but again, it's just
when people are just selfish in nature.
Yeah, it just comes down to group dynamics, and people get together, and it's just like, nah, they don't deserve that, or nah, they didn't put in the work. And I'm like, dog, y'all do the same job. Like, it'd be one thing if there were actual differences in what the job was. Like, if you worked there for 8 years, you got a different title. That would make sense, dog. Y'all do the same job.
First off, that's your issue if you've been in the same position for 8 years and haven't moved up. Either you haven't been present enough, or they don't think. It's either you or them. Either they don't want you to move up, or you haven't been present enough to move up. Either they don't think you're capable of it, or you legitimately are not capable of it. 8 years in the same position. I'm sorry, no.
Yeah. I mean, and to me, it's kind of one of those things where I think it's actually an interesting segue to talk about complacency, right? Complacency to me is kind of one of those things that bothers me. But then I realized there are people who aren't bothered by complacency, right? And I'm not necessarily judging them. But
no, I'm shitting on the niggas. Go on.
To me, it gets to a certain point where it's like a certain level of complacency that's like, how do you deal with this? How do you live with this? Right? Like,
if you're complacent with struggling day to day, not able
right. That's what I mean. Like, there's people who are just used to this, barely making it, and complacent.
It's one thing to be complacent when you can handle your rent, you can buy groceries, you can splurge.
You make $90K a year, everything's paid. Like, don't get me wrong, $90K a year is not like fucking the pinnacle, but like you can make $90K and live comfortably. And there's people who make $90K and be like, all right, I'm good. I don't never need nothing else. But then it's like kind of one of those things where it's like, dog, like what happens in 5 or 10 years when you look back and you're like, well, damn, I could have been making 130. I could have been making 140. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to 90 that quickly. I got a job out of college. I got the perfect look. I knew a guy who knew a guy. I had the right connections. So then why didn't you just keep going? Why'd you stop at 90? You know what I mean? Like, it's
that's the bigger issue, especially if you got connections. You get handed an almost 6-figure job. Why wouldn't you even want to make the initiative to push and get that extra 10K to make it 6 figures?
Yeah, I mean, I think, and to me, like I said, I think it comes back to, for a lot of people, it's just about comfortability, right? It's like, I know what this looks like. I know what work is required of me. I know my responsibility that's required of me. And my whole thing is if I take the extra 20K, it's going to come with something, right? It comes with strings. It comes with this. It comes with that. And for me, it's kind of just
to be honest, you're probably already doing
exactly. That's literally how capitalism works.
For more.
Yeah. Like that's my whole thing. Like, where I'm like, bro, like I've never worked a job where I've only known my role and my role only. I've never worked that job.
Take over in case somebody else is out missing.
Yeah, literally.
You know how to do that shit.
And I'm not talking about like whether we're talking a prestigious job or a stinker. I have always had to know, like when I worked at McDonald's, I had to know other niggas' jobs.
Yeah.
It's just part of the job. When I worked at an ice cream store making $12 an hour, I had to know other niggas' jobs. All my job was to come in and to make some ice cream. Every once in a while, I had to get on the front counter and sell some ice cream. You
I've
get
been
what I'm
working
saying? Like,
office jobs since 2015 now, and facilities and IT. You wouldn't think that really coincides with HR, but I had to learn HR because facilities is technically, if you're looking at the tree of responsibility, facilities is under HR. So I had to learn HR shit in case the HR people didn't show up.
right, right, and I think that's kind of my thing. Like to me, I don't mind like comfortability, right? Like I can understand getting to a place and being like, all right, I'm good here. I'm gonna just chill for a little bit. But
Yeah,
for me, it's kind of one of those things where like I don't understand getting to a place where, like you were saying, like you're not even comfortable here. What was he talking about? Oh, complacency.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, so for me, it's just like it's kind of one of those things where like I, it's like the worst is like when you see someone else in a scenario and then you're just like, dog, how can you be here and be complacent when like, you know what I'm saying? Like I understand your perspective. Like you're looking at it like, oh, I never came from shit, so now that I got a little bit, nigga, this shit feel like I'm the king. It feel like I'm at the top of the world. Like I get what it feels like, but nigga, once you have lived long enough to understand this
Exactly.
ain't the pinnacle, how do
Want
you
more for yourself.
right? How do you
Want
still
more.
convince yourself? All right, well, this 30,000, this 50,000 years, I'm good with this. I'm good. Like, dog, you got kids. Is it really good? You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, you got a wife who want to go on vacation a couple times a year. Like, is it really good? You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
I don't even got
One
kids. I'm
vacation
not
might
good with
run
my
you 3 or 4
salary.
thousand, bro. One
Yeah,
vacation might run you a
exactly.
couple racks. Then what? That 50K getting stretched. That shit light
Fuck
now.
that. That 50K is done. You can't take that trip with 50K.
Right? Exactly. You're not taking it. So for me,
Oh
like,
shit. Actually, I just looked. Sorry. Going back to what we were saying at the very beginning, Squadrons is the game of the month right now,
oh, it
along
is.
with Virtua Fighter and
Yeah, I saw a virtual fighter. Yeah.
yeah. All right, now continue though.
Um, I don't even know what the fuck I was talking about. To be honest.
Vacation 50K.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like the shit looks good now, right? Like all that shit, like it seems good now. And to me, that's kind of one of those things where it's like my last job, I made, fuck, what was it? I think after taxes, I made 39, maybe 40, 41, something like in that range, I think.
Yeah.
So before taxes, that's maybe like 50. Like it's decent money
Mm-hmm.
before taxes. Um, and that was the most money I ever made, like at any job in my life. And I like when I was working there, I felt it. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt it. Like I felt the difference between making $12 an hour. I felt the difference between making 9.25. Felt the difference between making 10.50 or all that other shit. Like I felt what 40 fucking thousand a year and in 401k and healthcare felt like.
Yeah.
That was like, yo, this shit is crazy. And to me, even then it's like, dog, I'm thinking to myself, like, I felt comfortable with that. And that was 40K. 40K. That was 40K. That's nothing. That's nothing,
Yeah.
dog. You can't even live in New York with 40K. Like, that's nothing. Like, if you live in New
Literally.
York, you live in a 500 square foot closet for 40K a
Literally.
year. Like, but again, it's like, it's the same thing. You go to San Francisco, dog, that's not getting you shit. You living with roommates for that price, nigga.
Nigga, fuck it. You can't even live with roommates for
Nah,
forty
you might
thousand
get a
San
room. You might be able
Francisco.
to get a room for a rack and some change for like
Are you gonna live
1,400.
comfortably off of a rack and some change
Hey,
with
look,
40,000?
everybody's definition of comfortable is different, but for me, no, absolutely
Okay,
not.
yeah, yeah,
No,
that's what
definitely
I'm
not.
saying. Yeah, I'm not trying to struggle because, like, think about it. You make 40K a year, and your rent every month is 1,200. A rack and some change, like you said. If you make 40K a year, your paychecks are probably like realistically after taxes 950 to 1,100 every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So
Might be a little more than that, but yeah,
yeah, maybe a little bit more than that. So we'll say 1,200, round it off even. So one full paycheck can take care of your rent for the month.
that's half your. That's not a good ratio.
That's
Not
half
a good ratio.
exactly.
It's supposed to be
Exactly. What are you doing with the
30%. It's
other
not a good
1,200?
ratio.
What are you doing with the rest? What are you doing? Well, you can't live comfortably off that, especially because there's no real transit. So you got to have a car. So that's a car note, 300, insurance, another 150,
That's the
gas.
titles, the fees, all that shit that came with it. There's
Yep,
repairs, there's maintenance. Yep.
yep. And then let's say you have an all-inclusive place. You don't have to pay for internet. You don't have to pay for water. None of that. So you don't got to worry about nothing but that 1,200. You got the car. We already said 300 for the note,
Got a phone bill.
insurance, phone bill. Yep, you got to pay the phone bill.
And shit, you
And
got any hobbies? Any of them? Do you have any hobbies?
exactly.
One,
And
just
then,
one. Just name any one.
unless you got fucking Metro PCS or T-Mobile or some shit, your phone bill is gonna be over $100. If you want a good company like Verizon or fucking AT&T,
AT&T, yeah. Shit, even Sprint, dog. Sprint, I'm playing. You gonna pay like $80 with Sprint.
yeah, so you gonna have to pay.
Shit
That
say
phone bill is gonna be
60, but
fine.
after the taxes defeat, nah, it's 80. It's 80, dog.
Don't let you smoke weed. Don't let you have a
Oh yeah,
drinking
yeah,
problem.
yeah. Don't let you literally have any vice ever created.
Don't let you want to go to the movies one Sunday.
Did I catch you wanting to go on a date, little nigga? Hmm?
That $15 is the difference between dinner one night and a movie.
Oh yeah, that's the difference between the 2 for $20 and you can pick whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly. So you can't live off of that. Like
Yeah, I
if
mean,
you can, but
you
why
can,
would
but
you?
yeah. That's what it come down to. To me, it's like, dog, I can live off of 45,000. I've lived with much less. Like I remember when my parents used to work. Like it was the time when my mom used to work for AT&T back when it was singular, right? And
My mom too.
my pops had his own business. Like he did floors. So them like when they were combined, I can't put an exact number. I had to check, but they weren't making over 100,000 a year. They weren't like
Mhm.
together. They weren't making crazy money. But like it might have been maybe 70, maybe 80. But like that shit, whenever I needed something, we could get it. Whenever I wanted something, we could get it. Like it felt like we had money. And so it's one of those things where it's like it is relative to a degree. But then once you get exposed to this and that, and then what you want changes, and you start seeing different things, because that's my thing. Like I'm never gonna be the nigga that wants like I never want to make enough money to where like I can spend throwaway money on a Richard Mille. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just like I don't want to be able to just throw away 250 racks and it just not affect my day. If I got that much money, bro, I got to change the world. There's no fucking way.
Yeah,
But
you can do that in Chase the World.
I hope so.
You don't got to spend all your money to change the world.
I mean, I don't. I feel like you can't get to that height and still try to change the world. Cause like, well, no, you can. You just not changing it for
Yeah.
the better. Sorry, I'm stiffer.
Oh,
But yeah. I mean, to me, it's just one of those things where it's like, I feel like it's a weird scenario where like like because a lot of niggas will refer to women as gold diggers. It's like, oh, women are gold diggers. They're this, they're that, and it's just like, is that like, are they supposed to want broke niggas? I'm just confused. Right? Like, because even
nah,
if this woman
exactly.
has everything going for her, why would she want you to come into the picture and stink it the fuck up with your
Exactly. She's
brokenness?
on a different level than you.
Like, even if she just
You,
making 50K a year, I wouldn't want to walk into a situation where you make hardly anything. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, or a situation where you're just like, well, I'm comfortable living off you, babe. Like, nah,
No,
I'm
I'm
good.
not.
I'm
Yeah.
good. Yeah, no, I'm good. Like, I'll get you off your feet. I'll help you get on your feet and do what you need to do. But like, nigga, you're not about to live off me. And I never understood that. Like, to me, that's just genderless. Like, I understand women, the men being the breadwinner, men being all that type of shit. I get all that. But for me, I just don't see how a woman can come into a relationship literally with nothing and be cool with like, all right, you do everything, you got everything. If you decide ever to be a bad person, I'm fucked. Yeah, I just don't get that
These
level
these
of
are all
thinking.
scenarios. Like it boils down to it's a couple different things. Either you make enough money where you can comfortably take care of you and the household, and you have no problem with your woman not paying any bills.
And you can afford your hoes. Oh, you talking about like a regular relationship where you're not cheating and shit. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, one of them, old
Yeah, one of
school.
them ones. Yeah,
No,
right.
not
Yeah.
even old school, because
Not
they
even old
definitely
school. Yeah, no,
not.
definitely not.
So, in a futuristic paradise where you can be in
Utopia.
a utopia where you can be with somebody and not cheat. It's just not possible. It's not possible.
It's just
It
like,
doesn't
why
happen.
would you ask me to do this?
It's, it's just not the way life is set up.
Commitment?
You
But
can't
for
do it.
what? For what though?
How the fuck are we?
All right, all
What
right.
am I, a
I'll
penguin?
tell you what. I'll tell you what. Give me a couple days to think about it. He said, "I'm gonna go out of town for a weekend. Give me a little."
What you gonna do when you're out of
I'm gonna just
town?
think, man.
Nah,
Nah,
just
what
gonna
you
be
think I'm
thinking.
gonna do? I'm gonna think. I'm
What's
gonna
gonna
think
help you
mad
think
hard.
about it? That nigga gonna come back refreshed and renewed for the relationship because he just got done fucking
He just got done. Yeah,
700 bitches in Vegas.
he just got done. Wilt Chamberlain for the weekend. The nigga said, "Nah,
Mhm.
I wanted to see what my numbers was like for the weekend." You know what the funniest is? I think I remember somebody saying something about this. Like, imagine like somebody try to cheat on you and like they can't even get nobody to cheat with them.
He can't even
like,
get no
yeah,
bitches.
like your man tried to cheat on you and he can't even
I
get no
think I
bitches,
saw
and
a
you just like,
woman
look at
post
this nigga.
that.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
tweet
What was
where she was
this
saying
nigga
like, and that shit
disrespectful?
had me crying because it was just like that shit would hurt my soul. Like, imagine trying to cheat, like literally being on some shit like, yo, my girl bugging, yo, she on some dumb shit. Fuck that, I'm stepping out. I'm doing what, I'm a dog tonight. And nigga step out
And
and
you
can't even
can't
get no
even
cool.
get
Nigga
no
went to the
pussy.
club, can't get no play, can't get no numbers. His nigga is the wingman. He like, he doing the thing where like he turn around and like he pointed his mans and Shorty see him and she wave and then they talking and then he go home with her, but like she not fucking with you at all.
No, she go home with no. That's ooh.
like like that shit got it. Like I've never, of course,
What's worse? Your man's say, "Yo, my man over there trying to talk to you," and she look at you say, "Ew," or your man just taking her home.
nah, the ill is a death wish. Dog, you know what's funny? I've never had that happen to me.
Nah,
I never even
definitely.
seen it in person. I know it
I
happens.
haven't either.
I'm not gonna be the guy to be like, nah, it never happened. But like,
No, it definitely
it
happens.
absolutely happens because I know
I
niggas.
couldn't imagine
I know
happening that
niggas
to
who
me.
deserve the ill who haven't gotten it. Is what I'm saying. Like I
You
know niggas,
said some niggas are just ugly, did a like
not
just
even
next
ugly, bro,
level.
just bad people. like, just wanna, yeah, my nigga, he a good nigga. And you look at him, you like, not him, but. Yeah, he a good. And you look at her face, and she not buying it either. And you like, oh, okay, so you know already. All right, fuck it then. Fuck it. So what's up with you then? You fucking with me? Like, like it's sometimes where you just can't save a nigga. Like, but I think the ill is got to be. I have been
That's
lucky enough to never receive like that level of rejection. Like I've tried to dance with a girl, she had her turn around, look at me like, no, I'm good, nigga. I'm just like, oh, okay, I respect it. Have a good one. You know what I'm saying? Like this is way back in the day. Like we were doing like the Jersey club parties and shit. So you just walk up to a girl, usually
you
you
start
know,
dancing.
right? Yeah. Now it got to the point where I kind of learned the protocol. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna walk up. I'm gonna tap her on the shoulder, right? Like it's too loud. Like first off, it's too loud to have conversations. So that was part of the reason why consent was like sketchy in here because it's like how the fuck I'm finna get it? Like I gotta scream over the fucking club music dumping. So most of the time niggas are kind of just like do it and she would turn around, look, and if she with it, she with it. If she not,
Yeah,
they would just
you
walk
look
away.
good. All right,
Yeah. No, right. And the funniest thing is like niggas will get mad at that. I'm like, oh, they only want to fuck with the. And you know what's so funny? All the shit that niggas say about
fuck
women,
with
like they only want to
the
fuck with
niggas do
this
the
or that.
same.
Right. You only want to fuck
Exactly.
with this. You only. I'm like, bro, why do y'all want women to fuck with ugly niggas or with niggas
The
they don't
only
like
niggas that
or
have
with
these
niggas with
problems
no
are the
money or
niggas
with.
that fall
Yes, you're right.
into these categories.
I know, but it's amazing to me. I'm like, bro, why would you expect her to fuck with a broke nigga? I'm not, listen, I've been a broke nigga. I am, for all intents and purposes, still a broke nigga, right? But it's just like, dog, if she see your finances, it's like, oh, I'm right.
Broke
Bro,
bitches don't got no problem sucking with broke niggas. You expect a bitch that's making $120,000 a year to fuck with you that are unemployed, and you're
bro.
mad because she's not?
And
Why
I
would
think the
you?
wildest part about the whole gold digger conversation is like when you look at like the actual facts, right? Like when you look at the actual numbers and the actual this and that and all that other shit, like black women specifically are like, in terms of education, in terms of finances, in terms of owning businesses, like they're like rising like quickly,
There you
very
go.
quickly. And so my whole thing is like, dog, are there still niggas out here who like really and genuinely believe like women aren't leading households? Like there are plenty of women leading their households, right? Now whether you like it or not, that's a whole different story. But it's like, dog, it's so many women out here who are the breadwinner. Like I've been in multiple relationships, nigga, where like a shorty was providing for me. Not like, not like I lived with her or none of that, but like it was like we went out on dates, like I ain't even touch my wallet because I was broke. There was no, you knew I wasn't fucking paying. I could maybe get tip money. I could cover tip. What? It's like, okay, it was $26 for the meal. Let me think. 15%. Yeah, I could do that. That's like what, like $5? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good for that. But to me, it was like, dog, like when a shorty like you, none of that shit matters. It's the same thing with a man. When a man likes a woman, none of that shit matters. It don't matter.
You can whatever.
She can have all the
Exactly.
red flags in the world. If that nigga like her, he gonna trick. It's that simple. And so I'm just like, dog, why are you niggas just not trying to find women that like y'all? Y'all doing everything.
Because they don't have a likable personality, so it's gonna be too much work.
But even those niggas still get women. So there has to be a disconnect, right? Like there's gotta be a scenario where you look at it and say, it's me. Because even the insufferable niggas.
The narcissist is never gonna say it's me.
Right. Of course not. Of course not. But like even insufferable niggas are in long-term relationships. They may not be good. They're probably terrible. But that's not the point. The point is insufferable niggas are finding women who will settle down with them. And you can't. And it's not because, oh, she just only want pretty niggas or niggas with abs. Or I'm like, bro, listen. I am here to tell you women don't care about most of this shit. They don't care about most of this shit.
2021, bro.
Because they've dealt with just too many niggas who ain't shit overall. They chased all the niggas with the abs. They were trash. They chased some of the rich niggas. They were trash. They chased all the intelligent niggas. Some of them were trash. And then they realized, oh, wow. So, like, none of this shit is going to stop me from meeting a trash nigga. It's just about meeting the right dude. You know what I'm saying? And so maybe that right dude has 40K. Maybe that right dude has 20K. Maybe that right dude has 150K. Maybe he's got 12 mil. I don't know. But the number is whatever it is. And so it's like, dog.
Exactly. Money doesn't bring everything to a relationship. You as a person bring the other part of the relationship. So, like, it doesn't matter how much money you have if the woman genuinely likes you.
They really don't. And that's
you know
the thing.
House husbands are in America?
Oh my God, I wish I was one of them.
Yeah.
God, I've seen what you've done for others. I'm just waiting. I'm like, I need to find me like a I don't know, like a seltzer heiress or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like she's sitting a seltzer heiress.
Specific.
Yeah, it's oddly specific.
Like
I'm looking at a seltzer can. That's the only reason why I said that.
Oh, I was gonna say the bitch that owned LaCroix.
I just right, like the strawberries in the room next to it. Like I need somebody that's just gonna put me on. Like I promise you, look, when you come home, this motherfucking dinner gonna be done. I can assure you, this shit gonna be piping hot. It's gonna be finished the moment you walk in. It's gonna be time.
I've been to a motherfucking house, yo, and I love cooking. Also, shout out to my IG. I be posting hella meals on IG.
Oh yeah. Shout out to the IG. That's at a moist hope. Wait, are there ads on IG? Are there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I be trying. Yeah. But we be cooking. Ladies, we both be cooking. He not the only one who be cooking, ladies.
Yeah, he be cooking. He don't be posting it though. I don't know why.
Nah, I don't, you know. I mean, we know what it is. Like my kitchen is not very what's the word? Photogenic, right?
So, take a picture of the plate then.
Right, my plates also aren't. This
nigga got the 80s
I don't have
plates.
I don't have like the display plates. I got like usually either paper plates or just some basic ass plastic.
Nigga, I be taking pictures of shit in a white ceramic bowl.
I know what you do, man. But I also have seen. I've seen folks with the plating and all the other shit. And like, I feel like if that's how I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it like that. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it like that. I would start.
You can get up to that.
I could. I probably will end up starting a food joint at one point. Cause I fuck with that shit. I like to cook. I think that's another thing. Like in terms of like gender, I never understood how cooking became a gender thing. When it's like, nigga, y'all all gotta eat. Like I can't. Like there are grown
And back in
people.
the day, niggas is going out there and dying in war.
Yeah, right.
Now
They was eating
there's
rations.
no
Nobody
reason now.
cooked. Yeah,
Yeah, no.
Niggas
Now
was eating crackers and
no reason.
green beans out of can. Like there was no cooking. Like yeah, I get it.
Nigga, my mom was the only mother. She taught me how to cook when I was like 7 because
Yeah.
she was at work.
Oh
Just
yeah.
common sense.
Like my pops was around for a decent amount of time, but then like once I got to like I want to say like high school, like sophomore year was like my dad was gone. So like my mom was straight up like, all right, look, bro, it's hella cans. Y'all going to figure some shit out.
Mhm.
It's just that simple. Some nights, nigga, it might be PB and J cereal night.
Get
And
that
you gotta
skillet,
understand,
fry some bologna.
as a kid, it actually don't seem that bad. It really
Yeah,
don't. Only
you
because
making
it's
kid
like
meals.
you making your own decisions. Like you feel grown
Mm-hmm.
almost, right? Like you like, oh
Yeah,
shit, nigga, I get to pick dinner
I
tonight,
can
nigga.
have 3 fried bologna sandwiches for dinner with an egg on one of them.
And then eat some cinnamon toast crunch afterwards, like a nasty ass nigga. Like, yes, you could do all of that, bro. And the best part is your mom not even home, so she can't even get mad at you. She can't even get mad at you for the bullshit you making and eating. I was just like, oh, okay, this is kind of dope. So hold on, let me get the green beans, heat the green.
Mm-hmm.
Like we used to go ham on the canned food because, like, I think my grandmother at the point was like collecting. Like I think people were giving her like canned food, and she wouldn't really use it too much, and so like she would basically give it to us. And so, nigga, when I tell you, like, we would have canned food on like, canned everything, nigga. Like, everything. Anything that comes in a can, we had that shit. Like, niggas want Spam, we got it. Niggas want corn hash, we got it.
I've
Niggas,
actually literally never had Spam in my entire life. Not
um,
once.
Spam I mean, it's really nothing special, but there are some dishes you can make with Spam. Like, I had Spam masubi, when I went to Hawaii. That shit was fucking fire. Spam masubi.
Okay.
Yeah. That
They
shit was
got
fire.
Vienna sausage Vesuvi.
Okay, see, no. So listen, Vienna sausage. I know niggas like who like fuck with Vienna. Like, nah, that shit is a no for me. Them shits have always tasted
Nigga,
terrible.
I'll eat Vienna sausage straight out the can and shoot the
I
juice back
know that,
like a
nigga.
tequila shot.
Oh man, yo. See, this is what I'm saying,
I'll
bro.
hover my mouth over the
This is
can
what
and
I'm saying.
individually suck up each sausage.
But see, shit like this, the shit like this is why they don't respect us, yo. Shit like
Who
this is
is
why
us?
they black people.
So poor white people don't be
Yeah,
slurping up Vienna
they
sausages?
do, and they don't respect them niggas neither. Is my point.
Okay, that's
Nobody
fair.
slurping up
All
the
right.
Vienna juice is being accepted, and that's 100% the issue here. That's the
All
issue
right.
here.
What if I just eat the Vienna sausages and don't slurp up the juice?
I mean, come on, at least cook them, bro. Heat them up. Come
No, no,
on.
no. I'm not saying I only ate it straight out the
Oh, ate
can.
them
Yeah,
cold. Yeah. Nigga ate them cold.
no, no, I definitely did eat them cold, but there was times where I
You
did heat them up
sick
and put some ketchup
motherfucker.
on them.
Oh, the ketchup. You had to dress it, of course.
Yeah, you warm them up on the plate or in a bowl. You just put a little bit,
You
some hot
microwave
sauce
them.
on them. Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna be
not putting them in. I
sick.
want to put them in the oven or would you boil them like
Oh
hot
yeah,
dog?
boil them. Yeah, I'm gonna be sick.
Nah, put them in the microwave. Man. Warm them up real quick.
I
You
like
know.
what's like sardines. I never eaten sardines either.
Yeah, I've never had sardines in my entire life.
I've had
I've always wanted to
anchovies
try them. Oh,
mistakenly.
not yeah, no, yeah. I've always wanted to try anchovies on pizza. I don't know what the fuck is going on with
I've had
sardines.
anchovies on pizza
I've wanted.
mistakenly. I did not know they were anchovies, and I was hurt.
What do you think they were? What other fish goes on pizza?
I was drunk. I wasn't thinking at all.
Oh, okay.
Brain was off.
Who ordered them? I know you didn't mistakenly order anchovy
No,
pizza.
I wasn't a part of the ordering process. It was just like,
Oh,
yo,
you
we got
just
pizza here, and it was like 6 boxes. So
what
I
kind of
unfortunately,
weird nigga? I
you know
guess
what it
because
was? Again, it was like six boxes. So they probably ordered a specific like, this is the
ain't
anchovy
no
box.
way.
I opened the box,
Any
and the motherfucker had
who
anchovy in it, and
orders
I just ate the
that
shit.
could have just been a cheese pizza. Who the fuck orders anchovy pizza for any group of people? Who orders
Criminal, nigga.
anchovies?
A criminal. That's who orders
These was white
anchovy.
people, wasn't they? I know they was. I know the
Yeah,
group was white. I know.
yeah, they were. They were.
Like when you're trying to.
Shout out to them
All right,
folks.
so
They're good people, but yeah, they ordered.
whenever I've been to a party or been in an engagement, we order multiple pizzas. We get cheese, pepperoni, meat lovers, vegetable, maybe a second cheese, maybe a second pepperoni. Anchovies never comes up. That's
Anchovies
never an
never should
option.
come up. They never should.
I don't even know what restaurants sell anchovies. Normal fast food like Domino's, Papa John's, Pizza, they don't even have anchovies as an option. Y'all got like gourmet pizza from an Italian restaurant?
It's gonna be like 8 niggas ordering it. It's gonna be like 8 niggas. I promise you.
That's such a waste of money.
Nationwide.
For them to do that? People. Yeah, no, that's such a waste of money for them to add it and nobody fucking order
niggas
it.
will buy 645,000 cans of anchovies.
And then 8 people nationwide order an anchovy.
Well, the beauty of it is that anchovies are fucking never gonna expire. So like them should still be good in like 2030. So you could just order once and be good for forever.
What fucking fish is an anchovy? Is that the name of it? That's not the name of the meal. That's the name of the fish.
Yeah, that's the name of the actual fish. On top of the fact that anchovies are in like salty ass fucking water, so it's like that water helps preserve them. It's a small.
What them niggas in the Dead Sea?
An anchovy is a small, common forage fish of the family. I'm not going to pronounce that. I don't even know how to say that.
Let me hear the family.
They're found in the Atlantic, Indian, and Pacific Oceans, Black Sea, Mediterranean Sea. Damn, them motherfuckers everywhere.
Speaking of oceans, you heard they got a new ocean now? New ocean just dropped?
Oh shit, new ocean just dropped? New ocean alert?
Ocean just dropped.
What that shit called? What you mean? It's Ocean's 11, ain't it? Yeah. Hold on, there's a new ocean now. Oh, let's get it. It's a new ocean on World Oceans Day. They dropped a new ocean on World Oceans Day? Oh shit. That is crazy.
5th ocean added. Officially by National Geographic, so you know it's official.
They finally dropped the ocean.
They say it's by the Arctic. It's like, if it's by the Arctic, why wouldn't you consider it? It's the Southern Ocean. The body of water encircling Antarctica. So, like, my question, they already have an Antarctic Ocean. What's the difference between this ocean and what does it separate? This is the Southern Ocean, the body of water encircling Antarctica. Known. So, like, where is the Antarctic Ocean if it's not around Antarctica?
So, there is no Antarctic Ocean, first off. It's just Arctic, Atlantic, Indian, Pacific, and now the Southern. Antarctic must be, I guess. I think
Arctic isn't even by Antarctica, is it?
So what they're saying is the Southern Ocean, this new body of ocean, new DLC that dropped, is the water surrounding the Antarctic. So that's essentially the Antarctic Ocean. They're saying it's been long recognized by scientists, but there was never agreement internationally, so we never officially recognized it. So we've had a new ocean this whole time. They just decided to name it. It's about twice the size of the U.S. The CIA website says. Why is the CIA reporting on this? I feel like this is really strange.
It's a scam. It's a scam.
Yeah, something's not right here. Something's not right here. Why is the fucking CIA reporting on oceans?
No, I don't trust that. I don't trust like this.
Yeah, this is not even a real ocean, bro. It's not there. That's cap. Oh man. So I gotta tell you what, I don't even know how far we in. I don't have a timer on this, but boy, we didn't catch any of these topics on there. And that's the beauty of this. Is that we don't have to. We can talk about whatever the fuck we want. Yeah. What else? Do I have anything on here?
Like I said, I didn't even look at the list. I was just here,
Yeah, no. This list is literally just like it's just if I feel like speaking of it. Let's see. New corona strain coming from dogs. That's mad. Like white people are gonna go crazy reading that headline. Let's see. New Jersey lifted a mask mandate. So that was one thing I seen. The mandate was lifted for Memorial Day. And I'm still seeing a lot of masks. I'm grateful for that.
Late as hell. It's like halfway through June. We need to talk about that. Them niggas already know.
No, I know that, but I'm just grateful to still see a lot of masks. I literally saw a dude today. Yeah. I saw a dude today who looked at me with my mask on, like in my car, and looked at me and was like, "Oh shit, I gotta go get my mask." And in my head, I was like, you don't, but like, yeah, go get that shit. Like, go get that shit. Yeah, for sure.
Niggas just don't want to get sick. I like that.
Listen. The Asian folks that was doing this years before, them motherfuckers was on to something. Okay, them niggas knew something. All right, and so I'm with it. Them niggas had the right idea the entire time. Why, bro, I'm on trains with like 152 people. Why shouldn't I be wearing a mask? Explain to me why.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm on a plane with 239. Like, why shouldn't I be wearing a mask? It just okay. I believe y'all. I'm with it.
That's how I want society to be now. Like we can go into the future like Japan. We can actually stop people from getting sick constantly all throughout the year. You don't have to pass me your cold. You can stay the fuck away from me. You can wear a mask. I can wear a mask. But obviously, America's not going to
Wear
do
a
that.
mask and wash your hands, baby. That's as simple. That's as
That's it.
simple as that.
I haven't been sick since this shit started.
Either.
Since I stopped going into the office
I
last
used to get
year
colds every
into
year
now.
because I used to ride public transit. So
Yeah,
I used to
yeah, I
get
used
colds
to
every
too.
single year.
I still ride public transit because I still go into the office once a week. But you know what? I got a mask and I don't be touching that bar. So
Yeah. Yeah. So speaking of going into the office, so obviously, as you know, there's been a huge push to get people back to work in physical, like physically back in the office.
yeah,
Even though a lot of studies have shown that at home productivity was even better than last year. Which just kind of goes to show how important power is, how important control is. It's not about how effective you are. I don't care that we've done more at home than we did last year. I want to know what you niggas is doing. I want to be able to look over your shoulder. I want to make sure you're not like lifting weights while we supposed to be working. Or excuse me, while we supposed to be working. Like, nah, no, 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 no. No, no, no. I can't. But like to me, that's the wildest part. Like I can't imagine being CEO and seeing my productivity increase, seeing my numbers get better from home, and still thinking, "Damn, I can't wait to get these people back in the office." Like that's the part I'm missing.
yeah, I can't understand that because like if you're a CEO, your whole shit should be about profits and productivity is going up, so you're making more profits. Why do you want? You have to literally like the only thing that I have in mind is you don't care about productivity. You want to make sure that your people are working 1,000% of the time.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah,
That's it. Even if productivity is up, it doesn't matter. If you took a 5 minute break that I didn't authorize, no, I don't.
yeah.
I
Bro,
don't
I
like
would
that. No,
rather productivity be down than you motherfuckers
and I
enjoy
can
yourselves.
micromanage every.
How
Yeah,
dare you
that's the
enjoy yourself at
only
work, nigga?
thing it
Like,
could be.
what the
That's
fuck is your
it.
problem?
That's all it could be. That's it.
How dare you? How dare you enjoy yourself at work? This is ridiculous. Dog, you're here to work. I can't believe you're sitting here eating a fucking snack, watching Netflix while you're waiting for the next meeting in 2 hours. I can't believe you would do that. Which is funny because you would do the same thing at work. You would just have to like click out of the box when I walk around.
Yeah, literally. Literally,
Like,
I just be doing this shit at work and then just boss coming. Oh no. Oh,
and
oh.
to me, it's just so funny to see so many of these businesses kind of like admit that like, oh, we gotta work from home. I guess we'll do this. And then for like 9 months they do it. It works. Their numbers are better. And then they still are like, all right, y'all. Uh, time to get back in the office.
Yeah,
Just to
go
get-
right to the
I'm like,
yeah.
dog. Just cut the lease. Save the money that you would pay for the fucking office space. You don't have to pay the like electricity anymore. Fuck around. You can fuck around and sell the equipment or sell all the furniture in here. Like, dog, you can save money month after month by just not having the office. Why bother? Right? Like, or at least some jobs make sense where like they're only having certain people come in, or they're only having some people come in, or they're only having people come in once a week. But there's just some jobs who are just like, all right, well, we're gonna force you to like at least come into the office 3 times a week, and I'm like, for what?
Yeah,
If you
what's the point?
if you're admitting that 40% of this job can be done from home, why can't the entire fucking job be done from home? Like, especially like if we're talking IT or like certain shit, dog. I don't have to be there. Being in the office doesn't help you. Like IT in a lot of cases, like if I can't physically come to you, me being in the office doesn't change anything. Doesn't change anything because I can't show up. So who cares?
It depends because our I mean, we go into the office. Well, we're required to go into the office once per week,
You
and
go in. Is there
our
anything that you do that's specific to going into the office? Like it has like if you didn't go into the office, this like maybe I couldn't work or do your job the right way.
No. It's literally just in case someone needs emergency assistance.
Okay, right.
It's literally just it's. We're not doing
It's a
anything
fail
IT
safe,
related.
essentially.
What? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's basically in case somebody, oh, my laptop stopped working and I need a replacement laptop. I'm gonna come in on Tuesday and get a replacement laptop.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
what it is.
See, now that makes some level of sense, right? And then you probably have a
Yeah,
rotating group of people who come in, right?
exactly. Literally.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that makes sense, right? Like, but then you have some places where it's like, all right, everybody come in on Tuesday, and it's like, bruh, what is the
We
point of having all 9 of us come in here on Tuesday? None of us are gonna
exactly.
do anything because there's nothing to do here. Like, to me, it's just amazing. I mean, it's amazing to see the lessons that people learned through the pandemic, and then to see them try to like renege and like, all right, pandemic's over. That lesson don't count no more. Like, let's just let's just walk it back, and let's just get back to what we was doing. But like, bruh, you just
What's the
learned.
fucking point?
Yeah, like you just learned you can save money and not have to like deal with all the other funny shit. Like, I don't know why we're walking that back. I don't know.
Control. We said it at the very beginning of this
Man.
conversation. It's
Yeah.
control. I want
Yeah.
to breathe down this nigga's
Breathe
fucking
down that
neck.
threat, man. Breathe down the
I
fucking
want to
threat, man.
breathe down his fucking neck and make sure he doing shit the way I want.
Yeah. But I'm rambling because I'm a little drunk, so don't worry about it. All right, man.
Some people can't hold their liquor.
Oh no, I mean shit, look, I can hold my liquor, and I got a list of shit that I'm supposed
No,
to be
no,
talking about, so it's even better. So I never get off topic because it's right
no,
here.
no. I know you can hold it. I'm just fucking
No, I
with you.
can't hold my liquor though. Like I definitely just lied to you, but don't worry about
No, I know you can't hold your liquor because I mean I've been around when you couldn't hold it. So
it. When have you been around, right? No, like what are you talking
I when that nigga be like, all right, I'm finna head out. That's how I know it's too much.
about? Think I be heading out sober. What are you talking about?
Hey
What
man,
else is on this list? Let's see. First winner for Ohio Vax-A-Million lottery. I'm mad about that. I got vaccinated for free when I could have got fucking entered into a lottery. This is bullshit.
saying I've been mad about this ever since I've been hearing about this bullshit.
That
I'm
is
tired of
bullshit.
it.
That is
I don't like it.
Governor
I don't
Murphy.
like.
Get on it. Oh, what's going on? What happened?
I guess it's over. Bot left again.
No, he's still in here. Craig's still in his mug, still recording.
Wait, so what's that noise then?
I don't know. I heard it too.
I'm
Was
not
ra-
in anymore. They got me.
Nah, you definitely in here. That was rather queer.
I don't, it is time to wrap it up though, because I have my headphones are almost dead. They're on 10%, and I have to take a piss.
Nah, yeah,
And I'm about to
it's
open this bottle of wine.
oh yeah, no, it's 100% time to wrap this shit up because I'm getting warm. I'm getting very warm in this room because I got the window closed. So ladies and gentlemen, if you sat around through this entire thing, I just want to commend you for being such a soldier because we
I
wasn't
sat
talking about
around
shit.
through this entire
I
thing.
did too. I did too, dog. I
I
did
don't care
too.
about you.
I ride out for
You
my
didn't do
niggas.
shit.
I ride
You
out for
didn't
my
do shit.
niggas for sure, for sure. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for participating and listening to the styles of Booty Scientist and a Moist Hobo. I bid you farewell. It is time to wrap this shit up. I just want to thank Discord and Craig and all the niggas that helped this happen. Um, any last words? Any last tidbits? Anything you want to throw in there before we dip?
You thinking a lot of niggas when we the only niggas talking, so that's all I'm gonna say.
I'm thanking the bot recording this. He's literally listening.
Fuck that nigga.
Craig, don't listen to this nigga, man. You do your job. You do your job, bro. You don't even trip, bro. This nigga just hating. That's all.
He don't feel nothing. He a bot. He good.
You don't know what he feel.
Okay,
You don't.
Craig.
You don't
Craig
know.
is gonna be the AI to take over the world. I'm gonna be the first nigga he killed.
He
The
the AI
very
from
first nigga in 2027.
he gonna come
I'm
get
gonna
you
be the
first.
first nigga crucified by the Discord bot.
Nah,
And
Craig.
then it's
You know
gonna
what
be
it is?
like fucking Skyrim after that.
Craig is the nigga from Detroit become human. That's Craig.
I never played that game, even
I
though I'm
didn't
from
either.
Detroit.
I didn't either. You from Detroit and ain't play a game with your fucking man. If they made a New Jersey become human, I'm playing that
You
motherfucker.
wouldn't play it. No, you wouldn't.
I
If it
wouldn't.
looked the way
That's not
Detroit
the
Become
point.
Human played, you
Yeah,
wouldn't. Yeah.
that's not the point. That's not
Did
the
you
point.
play
The point
Heavy
is,
Rain on PS3?
I did. Unfortunately, I liked a little
Exactly.
bit of
That's
it.
why I
It was all
didn't
right.
play Detroit because it's made by the same nigga.
Oh, it is. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's why
Heavy
it's
Rain
more
was
story
good.
based than game based.
I ain't gonna hold you.
No, it was. Jason.
All right, it's time to head up on out of here. I don't even know how long this shit has been. I want to say it's been like an hour and some change.
We've been in the Twilight Zone for the last 7 hours.
That's a fact.
It just feels like it's been. Yeah, it's been.
I'm finna take me some Zerkies.
Illegal drugs. Illegal
Yeah.
drugs.
No, it's the Ratchet and Clank drugs. We'll be alright. Don't worry about it.
No. Speaking of which, I'm about to get on Ratchet and Clank after I
do that.
take care of my business.
I don't want to know about no business you taking care of at all.
Zookies.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to go. It's time for us to go. Stay tuned for the next episode of, again, this nameless podcast that I have not given a name to yet.
We would like to have a second episode, but people die every day. You never know what might happen.
Yeah, niggas die every day. Lord willing, we'll get there. Maybe we'll talk about Julio Jones going to the Titans or some shit. I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about that. Like, who genuinely cares? Like, the Titans are still ass. I don't really give a damn about the Titans. Basketball is basketball. Niggas be shooting the ball, the shit go into the hoop. Like, y'all know how the shit go.
We're gonna have an impromptu episode once we hear the news about Serbian gangsters killing Devin Booker. That we will be the first ones to report on.
We'll be the first one. We're gonna go live on YouTube, matter of fact.
Yeah, we're going live on that one. Remember, YouTube, Big Baller 11. Don't make fun of that name. I made it in high school. That is my YouTube name. Big Baller. BAWLER.
Oh no.
Big
Baller with the
Baller.
W.
Yeah.
Oh, so
made
you
that
a
in high
big
school.
crier. Okay, I get it. You didn't know a ball man at that time, did you?
No, I'm just from Detroit.
Just
Big Baller.
Alright, man, we better get the fuck out of here, man. I appreciate whoever the fuck listening to this, and if nobody's listening to us, I appreciate myself for speaking this shit. So it is what it is.
Real shit be speaking.
Y'all take care. Y'all protect yourselves, and remember, Joe Biden still need to cancel that student loan debt. Y'all don't let up on that nigga. All right.
Don't.
He ain't gonna cancel that shit though. I know he won't. But I ain't gonna do shit, but I hope he cancel it. He not going to, but I hope he do. But anyway, look, let's get the fuck out of here. Let's get the fuck out of here. All right, let's just y'all be easy.
Bye, Craig. Don't kill me.
Yeah, take it easy, Craig.